Yeah, hi, it's Jackie from the LGFA. We're on another Zoom call this evening. It's a very wet evening where I am. I don't know if it's the same where my special guest today, Etna Flanagan from St. Nathy's in Sligo. I have Clara Fahey from Cahill in County Tipperary, and Ellen Healy has managed to survive the technical gremlins to join us from Portlaoise in County Laois. Ladies, what is the weather like? Etna, how are you?
Good, yeah, all good here now. Raining as usual in
Yeah,
Sligo. We see a lot of it down here.
yeah, we see a bit of it here. I'm in Tipperary as well. Clara, you're in Tip, are you? Or where in the world
I'm
are you?
not. I'm down with the Blaz down in Waterford now, so it's a bit dull down here. We have a fair bit of rain, so
Right, okay.
I'm making the venture back soon.
Ellen, what's it like in your neck of the woods? Where are you in Portlaoise?
Yeah, I'm in Portlaoise, so I am, Jackie. Yeah, no, it's raining here now. It has been for the past hour, so it's fairly miserable out.
Yeah, well, look, we'll make the best of it, and we're all indoors, and we're happy, and we're smiling, so we'll crack on. Etna Flanagan, St. Nathy's 110, Kilbride 1-6. That sees you into a Connacht Senior club final against Kilkerrin-Clonberne. Well done and congratulations. What are your reflections
Thank
on
you.
on the weekend?
Look, obviously we're delighted. It's our first time to get to a senior Connacht final. I think it's the first time any Sligo club has ever got to a senior club final, so it's a huge achievement for us. Especially when he came up from intermediate last year,
Yeah.
won the Connacht intermediate last year, so it's a big step up for us. But and we had a particularly hard year as well this year, given that we had no championship football in Sligo this year, so we were coming in with no games played. So that was our first competitive game this year. But I think the girls were just rare to go, so it was great. We had a great performance. It was a super performance from all of our girls, so we were delighted with the win.
Etna, how did you manage to prepare yourself then for the unknown and the opposition? Did you have any homework done in Kilbride? Did you know much about them?
Of course, we had homework done. Yeah, we had a bit of homework done on them. Obviously, I mean, I suppose they've been the top dogs in Roscommon for a good while now. So, but yeah, we had. I suppose the advantage, I suppose, now this year of a lot of games being streamed live. It's very easy to get access to other teams, and that. So, yeah, we had our homework done on them. I'm sure they had on us. Maybe probably harder for them to do it on us, given that we had no games this year for them to watch. But yeah, I suppose we had our different individuals picked out that we needed marked, etc. And just we did that bit. I suppose in the run up to it was hard. I mean, it was very hard to get challenge matches as well, because everyone else in other counties were in the middle of their championship, so we didn't really have too many challenges. So now we have a big panel ourselves, so we were able to play a few in-house games, and which worked well, and it's very competitive within our club, so it's good that way.
Good. Clara Fahey from Clare in County Tipperary. You're in Waterford at the moment. So you went down to Clare last Friday night, and you took on the banner in Kilmihil, and 4-16 to 4-15 after extra time. Wow. Must have been something
Yeah,
else, that one.
down to the wire again now, to be honest. We were out last Sunday with the county final, so it was a very quick turnaround, only a couple of nights. Sure, we were all coming from different parts of the country as well. There was girls coming back from Dublin, I'm from Waterford, Cork. Kind of, we were scattered with college being back and stuff like that. So it was a very quick turnaround. It was a late start. Obviously 8:30 now is fairly late to get a match going. Sure, look, I suppose it was a brilliant match. No, it really was, and there was nothing in it for the whole way. Wow, though, talk about going into extra time twice. So, in just a couple of days was mad stuff. But look, we're delighted with the win. Couldn't be happier, So it's great now. So.
Look,
Yeah,
so we have a little bit of uncertainty now, Clara, and that club games are suspended for now. But when we do get back up and running, it's Mourneabbey for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
In
Oh,
the
sure, look,
semi-final.
you're playing the top. They're all Ireland winners. Um, they're brilliant. There's no other word for them. But sure, what harm, or it's great to be playing against them. Do you know what I mean? What about it? We'll go out and we'll do our best, like we have been so far.
I like your attitude. It's refreshing.
I know, seriously though, we've some team in Care this year, and they're a great team. We've really, really clicked and gelled well. so well this year, you know, and I don't think that's something that you can really train. Like no coach can go in and be like, right lads, you know, be pals, or, you know, like that. So like it's the players this year, like we've really now, everyone's gotten to know each other, like everyone is there for each other, and throughout the game, like it's nail biting stuff, but like, you know, you'll see whoever it is on the pitch, and you'll kind of be, you know, you'll be, I suppose, analysing the match in your head as well, being like, right, okay, you know, it might be a good idea to back her, or whatever it might be. And like, to be honest with you, I think it's fair stood to us. Like our last few matches, all our matches have been pure battles, to be honest. But we're keeping things very simple in Cahir. Like it's simple training, nothing's too complicated. It's simple football, you know. That's what we're extremely good at. There's a lot of skill on the team as well, don't get me wrong, like there is, but it's a full team working together like clockwork, you know. So we're very lucky, and like I said, everything is very good, very enjoyable. That's what you want. That's the main thing. You have to enjoy the bit of football, you know. So it's been brilliant though. It's been a great journey, like, and look at it. Every match, it's just it's a bonus, and you know, it's another bit of, all right, we have football there going for another week. Sure, let's see what we can do, you know.
Brilliant.
So,
I'll tell you what, if I was in a dressing room with you, I'd be absolutely buzzing off you. I have to say, you've got that infectious enthusiasm.
We've a great management this year, and like, look, that's the main thing. It's a very happy club. The girls are great. We've a great captain this year, Emma Buckley. She previously played for Tip. Like, she's great, you know, on the pitch and off the pitch, she's brilliant. But like I said, like, it's great. Everyone knows each other now on the team. You know, we're chatting away. We're doing great drills at training, and I think that's very important this year. You know, like our bench as well was absolutely crucial the other night against the Banner. Like the lads that came on, crucial, made such an impact. It was the exact same with the county final, and like, that's so important. You know, we can't train, and we can't have a good training if there's about 8 of us. You know, you need the numbers at training to be able to do it properly, and we've had that this year. And I really think that's what's made it so enjoyable. And we had a junior team this year with the club, which we don't usually. And they said to us at the beginning of the summer, like, look, you know, we're going to use this junior team as a development team for the seniors. And I tell you something, it was one of the best things they ever done in the club. Because, you know, if you're not confident on the ball, and like, there's, you know, a lot of us, I'm only back playing football about 2 years. There's a lot of us there that wouldn't have a bit of confidence, you know, soloing or kicking. And that, playing that junior, the challenges, oh my God, like, it has brought players on leaps and bounds. And I definitely think that's the way forward for the club now. You know, they will definitely, I think, try and keep 2 teams going, because there's loads of people that want to play football as well in Cahir, you know, and we definitely have the numbers. So yeah, no, look, it's been a great experience. Very nail biting stuff now, to be fair though.
Very good. And more to come, Clara, for you when we get back up and running, which is something to look forward to. Ellen Healy from Portlaoise. So not content with winning your first ever county senior title in Laois, you go ahead then into a Leinster club semi-final against Naomh Ciaran from Offaly, who were All-Ireland Intermediate champions last year. And you managed to come through 3-5 to 2-5, I believe the final score was in that one. Ellen, what kind of a battle was that?
Yeah, look, it was on a Sunday, and we all know Sunday wasn't the best day, and it was kind of played in very bad conditions, but it was a very tough game. Like, they were an incredible, like, I suppose we didn't know kind of outside of Laois what teams were like. We've never been in this position before, so we were kind of going in a bit kind of like blindfolded, I suppose, but we were just delighted to be out again at the weekend, I think. And it was a really tough battle. They were so fast and so physical that, like, I think we were kind of lucky in the end to get out with the win, like, so we were just kind of over the moon to have played that game and be out again. Well, it's supposed to be this weekend, but things have changed now. But yeah, there's just a good buzz at the moment, and I think we have a bit of a winning momentum behind us as well, which is great.
So, and when the news came that activities were suspended, what was the reaction within the group? I presume the WhatsApp was buzzing hot and heavy for a little while after that. But again, when we do get things back up and running, you've a massive day to look forward to.
Yeah, like, I suppose we're still on a high from the county final, because we have been chasing that for a good few years, and then to kind of beat Naomh Ciaran on Sunday, we kind of couldn't believe our luck again that we were going to be in a Leinster final, like club final. So we were kind of really looking forward to it again, but I suppose on the other side we were kind of looking for a bit of a break because we've been out every weekend for about four weekends, and all tough games at that. So it was nice to know that you'd have a break, but at the same time, when you do have that winning momentum behind you, you want to keep it going like that. And kind of while spirits are high at the moment, like, and everybody's going on confidence and everything, you want to be playing it sooner rather than later. But I suppose a lot of us are involved in other sports as well, so I think like might be a bit of a break from football, and other people get involved in other things again and come back to the football. Be good.
And Clara touched on the quick turnaround there. I mean, you had a pretty quick turnaround as well to get ready for a Leinster semi-final. So what was the challenge like, as you talk about the high, obviously, of winning a county final, to get back down to earth and to focus in on what effectively was a new competition and a real step into the unknown for Portlaoise, going into a Leinster club?
I suppose the management is great in there. They allowed us have our 2 days kind of celebrating our win, and then after that,
I'm
Tuesday,
sure you made the most of those couple of days, yeah?
Yeah, we did while we could, I think. But then I suppose after we had 2 days kind of celebrating, then the Tuesday we were back again, and the focus was Naomh Ciaran. We were back focused again, and that was kind of, we were only ever looking to our next match. And I suppose the guys knew a bit about Naomh Ciaran, like they would do their research and that, whereas we had no knowledge like that. So we were kind of just putting the head down and expecting a battle, and that's what we got.
Etna, I'll go back to you. We seem to have lost Clara for a sec. She's disappeared off the face of the earth, or off the screen anyway. She's back. Clara, she's popped over to a new part of the screen. Etna, I hope you don't mind me saying this to you. You've been playing football a long time, and I never ask a lady her age, so maybe I'll go about it this way. When did you start playing club football?
I started playing football in 1987. When I was 11. I was 11 in 1987. So
we can do the maths from there.
I'm 44 this year, yeah. I was 44 in January, yeah. I'm still playing.
Incredible, Etna. And I have to say, 44 years of age to still be going at the top level. What keeps you coming back year on year, Etna?
I just love it, absolutely. I love the buzz. I just love being around the girls, and I just love it. Yeah, it's just the focus, playing football. I suppose my outlet. I'm at home here with the kids, all week. So the football is my outlet. So my eldest Lassie is on the panel now.
That's right.
This year. So the two of us are heading off to training together. It's good, But
what's that like, Etna? What's that like when you have your daughter on the same squad? What's the banter like?
It's good, yeah. Like I think, I don't know. I think she's a different person at home than she is when she's out with me on the football team, But she's my daughter, I suppose, at home, and she's a player. She's just one of the players when we're out training, like. But she likes to get in at me now when we're training. If she's on the opposition, when we're playing against each other, she'd be the first one in to give me a good whack.
I'm sure. So. When it comes to, say, you're sitting around a dinner table, and you've seen so much in your career, do you try to give her some tips of advice, or do you think to yourself, no, I'm going to let her follow her own path and she'll gain her own experiences? Or is there a mixture of perhaps both in there?
No, a mixture of both. I mean, I'd always, I suppose I used to say to her after, when she was playing underage, I'll tell you something good you done, and I'll tell you something bad you done, so that she'll get a bit of both, So, I like to encourage her to, give her a few tips, and stuff, I suppose she's like myself, she's playing in the back, so it's easier to be able to tell her what she should be doing and what, but I would let her also learn her own stuff. I mean, you have to learn from your own experiences as well. I wouldn't be shoving it all down her throat either, so just, a few tips here and there as well, just to keep her on her toes.
Brilliant. It's great to have you on, Etna, one of my favourite characters, I have to say, from the world of LGFA, and a phenomenal career you've had down through the years. And more to come, Etna, I have to say. Clara, will you be playing when you're 44?
Well, do you know what? You're an inspiration. I absolutely hope so. Now it's after giving me great bit of comfort. I have a fair bit in me yet because I'm only after coming back really. So yeah, Etna, you're an inspiration. Anyway, fair play to you. That's brilliant stuff.
Clara, what's your own background? Are you from Waterford? Am I
No,
detect?
I'm a carer. I'm a townie.
Right.
So I'm just working. I work full time in Waterford. So I suppose, yeah, I would have played GA. I would have played the football, like, but I left in 2008. I kind of
Okay.
stopped, completely turned, I suppose, just a different path. No sports really. So it was 2018 January. I came back, and fairness to our chairman, he's very good, like, and he was trying to get a lot of the, how would I say, the golden oldies to come back. Like, you know, we were after moving back to the area. So we said, like, yeah, go on, sure, do you know what, we'll go back or whatever, in that January 2018. And then actually I was training away with them for a few months, but I actually had a move to Poland for a year with
Okay.
work. So I came back July 2019. So I just about got the tail end of the championship there last year. And like, a lot has changed in ladies football, you know, from 2008, 2018, 2019. Like, back when I was playing, you know, the centre back or the wing back didn't score. Like, you know, you didn't leave the halfway line. Like, do you know what I mean? It was like really kind of like basic football. And then I came back and I was like, whoa, oh my gosh, like, the full back is nearly scoring points. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, this is intense. So look, I suppose we got a new management then, and I suppose different players kind of came back. So that was like 2019, started 2020. And just especially, I suppose, with lockdown and everything, like, you know, for me, I agree with Etna, it's definitely an outlet. You know, it's that hour every week. You're not talking about work. You're not talking about COVID. You're just talking about football. And it's so easy, you know, it's so easy to have a conversation with someone about a football match, or, you know, go watch a match. So, like, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat, to be honest with you, you know. So yeah, I'm back playing now. So I am delighted. Like I said earlier, I'm really enjoying it, and I think that's the main thing. You need to enjoy it. Like, you can't go and training, like, you know, and not looking forward to it. Now I know we can always say, oh geez, the thoughts of it, but, like, you know, there's going to be 15 odd other people, and you'll be all training together, and it's good for you, you know. So like, it's been great, to be honest with you. Know, it has. It's been so enjoyable this year, as I said, about the junior team and the senior team.
Yeah.
And just very simple football, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. Like, you know, the trainers are very simple.
Brilliant. Alan, there's a lot of energy. It's a virtual room, but there's a lot of energy in the room here. What are you picking up from the two ladies?
I think just is, I suppose, with the whole year that's gone on, just the outlet that football is, and just how much of a release it is for people. Like Clara said, like, you're not thinking of anything else, just football. And I think it just shows, like, how important it is in people's lives, and how important it is to get out and keep active. And like that, you're seeing your friends, like, Ed has her family there as well, like, and it's just a great outlet for everybody to be involved in during this whole thing.
Like, Portlaoise have obviously been very strong in the men's game in recent times, and Hoover and up-county titles almost year on year. So what kind of buzz has your exploits created in the town and the surrounding areas?
Well, I suppose, yeah, the men have been phenomenal for years and years, and still are a great team. And we were always trying to live up to those expectations of the men's teams. And for a long time, it was really, really tough. And then I think when we got into our first county final, I think it's about four years ago now, we started to get a bit of recognition around the town. Like, there was a bunch around the town for us, which would have never been before. And people were going to our matches, bringing flags and everything, and there was just such a buzz. And then we'd lost 3 county finals, which was tough, and there was a bit of a lull after that. But then I think this year, just everybody was just behind us when we got back into the county final this year, and we had such a good season, I suppose, in the championship. We were unbeaten, and there was just such a buzz behind us. And I think as well that so many more, everybody was kind of watching it because it was streamed. I suppose not
Yeah.
everybody could get to the game, and that made such a difference. Like the amount of messages I had from people I didn't even think would watch it, congratulating me on the game, like saying it was such a good game to watch and everything in the stream, and really helped with kind of creating that bit of buzz around it and in the club for us. So it was really positive, and there still is a bit of a buzz after it.
Ellen, are you still involved with county?
I was, yeah. So I'm back in now kind of this year. So hopefully kind of things go well for us. So they do.
So how did you manage obviously juggling your county commitments and club commitments? Was it very much focused on club now for a little while, and now you can obviously get back in full swing with county?
I suppose last year I was in with county, and that would have been a little bit tougher. This year I wasn't in with county kind of before COVID, and just I was living in Dublin, working in Dublin, and it was just kind of too hard to manage for me. And then kind of after our season with the club, I said I'd give county another go if they'd have me, and luckily they said I could come back in, which is great. So it's kind of, the manager's very understanding. He understands that we put so much effort into club that they've been like focused on kind of, well, we were hoping like it would be finished on Sunday, but they kind of say, look, focus on club and then come back in and focus on county. But now that's put a halt, the two managers are talking, and we're kind of back with the county now, and kind of club is kind of taking a back seat because we don't know when the game will be played.
Okay, we wish you well with the county as well. That the championship coming up not too far away now, so it's all hands on deck. Etna, can I just come back to you in terms of how life has been for you over the last while, and with obviously you're very busy at home, a busy mum, and just in terms of everything that we've been going through over the last few months, how have you found everything?
I suppose like the kids been off school, like I'm definitely not cut out to be a teacher, that's for sure. But it was hard. It's hard for them, I suppose. Socially, it's hard for the kids because they really miss their friends, and you know that like we live out in the countryside, so we wouldn't have been seeing anyone. So that was difficult, you know. And you are very restricted, and even in regards to training for football. Like we were training in the field down below here, just below the house, and it was very hard to motivate yourself to do it on your own, you know, and that. But glad now that they're back at school, a bit more structure. But I suppose it's still very uncertain, you know, how things are going to be. And I suppose at this stage it's just week on week, and you take it as it comes, or whatever is decided, you know, by the government or whatever, you know. But I suppose it's been good. I suppose again, living in the countryside, it is good, and that you're away from it. It's easier to stay away from people when you're in the, you know, you're not in a town. Like, imagine anyone living in a town. It is difficult to, you know, for the social distance and all that. But look, it's good to live in the countryside, and that you know you have the space and you can get out and about, and you know you're able to do your training or your exercise, and you don't have to be looking to go somewhere else, you know, like a gym or pitch or whatever. Like if you have it on your doorstep, which is great. Like, but no, it's been okay. Like, you know, we're getting through it all right, you know, really.
Okay, good. Clara, back to yourself. You mentioned Poland there in the conversation. What took you there? And
sorry, so I work in HR for one of Ireland's beef processors. So we have some factories in Poland. So it was just a year, kind of a year, how would I say, contract really, I suppose, based. So I was in Poznan actually for about a year. So yeah, I've forgotten all the Polish so by now. So I'm still with the same company. It was just a year's, something came up, and the opportunity came up, and it wasn't really one I could turn down, you know. So I did look up GA though, because I wanted to keep the momentum going, but they only had it in Warsaw, so it was a completely different place in Poland.
So it was a whole new experience for you, obviously.
It was, yeah, it was. Like, I mean, everything was in Polish. A lot of the things was in Polish, and you had to learn the language. So look at it, it was a great experience. I mean, I was very, very lucky to have the opportunity, and I could go when I did go. But I was looking forward to come back as well at the same time. Do you know what I mean? The year was great. you know, it was. So Waterford, now I'm down based here, so I commute every day from Cahir. So she's grand, like, it's grand.
Okay.
You know?
Ellen, have you ever got away yourself, or any plans to do that?
Yeah, no, I've gotten away now. I've gone, you know, your typical J1 Boston playing football. I've played football in Australia as well, and kind of things like that. And I've traveled a bit as well, kind of Southeast Asia and that. So
Magic.
yeah, so I've been a few places anyway. I've been lucky enough like that to get away for a few places.
Yeah, God knows when we're going to get away anytime soon. It's the crazy times and the crazy world we live in. But ladies, for now, you've still got football to look forward to at club level and at county level as well. So we'll see how the next few weeks and months pan out for you all. But I want to thank you most sincerely for your time today, and I'm very, very happy to have today as my special guest, Etna Flanagan from St. Nathy's in Sligo, looking ahead to a Connacht final, whenever that may be. Ellen Healy from Portlaoise as well, looking forward to a Leinster final. And Clara Fahey from Cahill in County Tipperary, looking ahead to a Munster semi-final against the champions Mourneabbey. Again, whenever that may take place, but we can assure you they will take place. We don't know when, but they will. Ladies, thanks for coming on today. Great talking to you.
Thanks,
stay
Jackie.
safe and stay well.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Bye.